Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside that weather window. And man, does it get any nicer than today in the winter still. And it was a beautiful one out there with temperatures well above normal for almost all of north central Washington and all kinds of blue sky as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights. And as we take a look at the weekend, I think you're going to like it. Hope you have some outdoor plans on the agenda this weekend. Mostly sunny to sunny skies both Saturday and Sunday. I think we'll see highs near 50 here in Wenatchee both days. And most of those breezy winds will be around the Waterville Plateau and the Columbia Basin. And we'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. Now, a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A fake City of Moses Lake Twitter account was taken down yesterday after the city filed a complaint with the social media site. Frustration continues to mount with Veterans Health Services in Wenatchee. And Eastern Washington, or I should say neighbors, are hoping for a big turnout at a Douglas County Planning Commission meeting next week where a proposed 290-unit apartment complex will be discussed. But first, our top story tonight. Orondo firefighters responded yesterday afternoon to an orchard burn that got out of control north of Daroga State Park. The fire off Weimer Road between Highway 97 and the Columbia River started just after 2 p.m. Orondo Fire spokeswoman Kay McKellar said only about half an acre was burned, but the fire was challenging for firefighters because it burned into a grove of about 40 poplar trees. She said as firefighters were working in mud, dirt, and snow trying to extinguish the blaze, branches of up to 50 feet long were falling from the trees. Firefighters were able to clear the scene just after 4 p.m. There were no injuries and no structures were threatened. A fake City of Moses Lake Twitter account was taken down yesterday after the city filed a complaint with the social media site. The city said the operator was falsely claiming to represent the city. The account had been on Twitter since the summer of 2020. Moses Lake City Manager Allison Williams said the fake account was illegally using the city's name and trademark logo while claiming to be the official account of the city. The city filed the complaint with Twitter on Wednesday. Well, frustration continues to mount with Veterans Health Services in Wenatchee and Eastern Washington at large. On Thursday, the Veterans Administration took its electronic health record system offline at Mad Grandstaff VA Medical Center in Spokane, which also made the record systems unusable at its clinics in Wenatchee, Idaho, and Montana. The VA said data kept in its $10 billion Cerna system may have been corrupted and ordered clinics to keep handwritten records of patient information while the system is down. The Spokane Spokesman Review reports that patients' appointments, prescriptions, lab tests, and other services have all been disrupted. The Cerner system was installed in 2020 at Man Grandstaff, which is the hub for VA services in the inland Northwest. And veterans advocates say it's created major headaches for local VA care providers and their patients. In other news, neighbors are hoping for a big turnout at a Douglas County Planning Commission meeting next week where a proposed 290-unit apartment complex at 5th and Lyle Streets will be discussed. The Wilkinson development would sit on just over 24 acres of former orchard land just outside East Wenatchee city limits. The land is in an area zoned for residential low density, but county staff has recommended a 40% density increase to accommodate that project. The county has already received numerous letters objecting to the development. Concerns include property values, noise, parking, and especially traffic issues. The development would include a swimming pool, sports court, dog park, and an interconnecting trail. The Planning Commission's Wednesday meeting will be at the County Public Services Building on 19th Street in East Wenatchee, beginning at 5:30 p.m. When we come back, because of differences in the Senate and House transportation budgets that need to be worked out, there's still hope funding can be found for Wenatchee's $134 million Confluence Parkway project. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society has joined a new online network to help rehome pets without placing them in a shelter. And the manager of wildfire outreach for Chelan County Fire District 1 has been recognized for his work. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Different birds enjoy different types of foods, so it's important to offer all the right things for the birds you want to attract. Sound complicated? It doesn't have to be. Our Flying Start Combo is an all-in-one feeder that attracts all the birds in your backyard, with seed, suet, nuts, and fruit. Stop by our store to find out how you can get started feeding the birds. Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellingson here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.
Welcome back. In another news, because of differences in the Senate and House transportation budgets that need to be worked out, there's still hope funding can be found for Wenatchee's $134 million Confluence Parkway project. 12th District State Senator Brad Hawkins said neither of the transportation budgets approved by the Senate and House included the $85 million being sought for Confluence Parkway, but he believes Senate leaders will include funding for the project in the final compromise budget. Confluence Parkway is a North Wenatchee Avenue bypass that includes a second bridge across the Wenatchee River. Also uncertain is funding for a Highway 2 underpass in Leavenworth, which was included in the Senate budget, but not in the House budget. The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society has joined a new online network to help rehome pets without placing them in a shelter. The home-to-home platform allows pet owners to place their pets up for adoption and for potential adopters to search for appropriate animals, with local shelters acting as go-betweens. Organizers say the service has cut pet intakes at participating shelters by an average of 26%. For questions about the program or to adopt a new pet, visit the Humane Society's website at wenatcheehumane.org. The manager of wildfire outreach for Chelan County Fire District 1 has been recognized for his work. John Riley has been community wildfire liaison for the district since 2016, helping residents prepare their homes and workspaces to better defend against brush fires that encroach on property. The International Association of Fire Chiefs has now awarded Riley its 2021 Wildfire Mitigation Award for his efforts. Thanks to him, the district says it's become a leading member of the nationally recognized Fire Adapted Communities Learning Network at both the state and federal levels. For information about wildfire preparedness, you can contact the Fire District at 662-4734. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
For all the latest news in North Central Washington, go to NCWLife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@NCWLife.com or call 888-2020. Welcome back to the NCWLife Evening News. Washington State produces nearly half of the nation's soft white wheat, and about 90% of that is exported. In tonight's featured story, Congresswoman Kim Schreier wants to know why so much of that wheat right now is not able to reach those foreign markets. She questioned farm industry leaders this week in a hearing of the House Agriculture Committee.
I've been hearing from growers in my district about the challenges of getting their crops overseas due to supply chain disruptions, mostly caused by exploitative practices of foreign-owned shipping companies, and that mainly affects hay and wheat. In recent months, I've been hearing the opposite side of this about supply chain disruptions in the other direction, raising the cost of inputs as a result of the similar processes. So, Ms. Berg, I just thought I would ask in a general sense, in light of the ongoing drought in the Pacific Northwest, higher input costs, the supply chain issues, I wanted to just ask generally how Title I Farm Bill programs are working, and if they're not working well, what are you hearing most from the farmers in your area?
We are definitely in a change of staffing at USDA with regard to people are retiring. We have new people coming on board. And so with these retirements, I think that there needs to be definitely training for quality assurances in administering these programs. And then I do look forward to the day we can go back into the offices and actually meet with folks. Over the online work, it has worked. Some farmers are grumbling because they were farmers. We don't want to be behind a computer. We want to go into the office and have somebody help facilitate us signing up for programs. And so that's kind of what I hear on the countryside. You addressed my volatility issue that the wheat industry has. I think it needs to be brought out that a third of the wheat production in the whole world comes from Ukraine and Russia. So we look like we're going to have definite volatility. Last week we were up limit and then we're down limit. So I definitely see this as a huge volatility issue for our industry with regard to price.
Time for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And I hope you all had a great Friday. And how could we not have had a great day today? What a beautiful one. Boy, I'll tell you what, for early March, just spectacular out there. Lots of blue sky looking down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights, and temperatures, Boy, they sure bore that out, too. 53 degrees unofficially today, 5 degrees above where we should be for this time of year at 48. Our record high today, 61, and that was set back in 2012. Low temperature this morning, very mild at 34, a few clicks above where we should be for normal this time of year at 31. Once again, 2019, it was a cold one. I kind of remember that. Lots of snow in February that year, too. 4 degrees, our record low that year. Sunrise 6:35, and the sun sets for us at 5:51. Taking a look at your Saturday temperatures, not much change from today or even yesterday, where we topped out at 55 degrees. I don't think we're going to be quite that warm tomorrow, but the Weather Service has kind of been undershooting our temperatures the past couple of days. 51 Moses Lake, 50 in Ephrata tomorrow, 49 in Quincy, and then a little bit cooler to the north and back to the west, but I still think we might get warmer than that 47 here in Wenatchee, 45 for Entiat, and 45 as well tomorrow in Lake Chelan. Taking a look at tonight, mostly clear skies, high pressure off the coast. It's bringing all this subtropical warm air into our area and then dropping it right back down here into Washington State. That's why we're seeing this beautiful mild conditions. For Saturday, we'll see mostly clear skies, sunny out there with highs tomorrow, mainly in the upper 40s. Boy, you can sure see where the cold area is just off to our east. Thank goodness we're missing that, because we're going to be in for a nice Sunday too, with sunny skies and high temperatures again into the upper 40s. High pressure nudges a little bit closer to the coast on Monday. We'll see mostly sunny skies. The big change is this area of low pressure as it begins to slide down the backside of that area of high pressure, and we'll see a steady increase in clouds then as we get you into Tuesday. Mostly cloudy skies, still mild with highs in the upper 40s, but western Washington will see some wet weather as that low continues to move down that area of high pressure. And by Wednesday, our best chance for the wet stuff. Mostly cloudy skies right there, a 30% chance of, I think, a rain-snow mix for Wednesday. A little bit cooler too, with highs in the low 40s. Some of that colder air backing into Washington, so we'll feel the effects of that. Mostly sunny then by the end of our forecast, but notice the cold. We will cool down to about 35 to 40 is what I'm thinking for our high as we get you into Thursday. Take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 29 overnight tonight, and just a fantastic weekend ahead. Might get a little bit warmer than those two temperatures, but all in all, it's going to be nice with sunny skies. Mostly sunny, and our warmest day will be Monday with a high then of 51 degrees. We'll see an increase in clouds as we get you into Tuesday. Mostly cloudy and 48. Chance for rain and snow showers Wednesday and 43. And then a bit of a cool down on Thursday with mostly sunny skies and your high temperature then at 41. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. The Kashmir girls find themselves at a familiar spot at the State 1A tournament down in Yakima. For the 7th time since 2014, the Bulldogs find themselves in the semifinals after a 50-45 win over Zilla last night. Riley Johnson and Caitlin Bjorklund each had 15 points to pace Kashmir in the win. Bulldogs will face Nooksack Valley tonight in the semifinal at 9 o'clock. Kashmir's hoping it can do something it's never been able to accomplish even in the last 4 years with Haley Van Lith. That's win a state championship. At the State 2B tournament in Spokane, Alina Lafferty led floor players in double figures for Okanagan with 15. The Bulldogs 64-49 went over Lake Roosevelt. Raiders dropped back to the consolation bracket this morning and fell to LaConner 69-61. Audrey Hansen led Lake Roosevelt with 18 points in the loss. Okanagan advances to the semifinals against Warden this afternoon. Bulldogs trying to win their 3rd state championship since 2012. Well, Quincy's hopes for a state title in the 1A tournament were dashed by Linden Christian in the quarterfinals last night, 67-44. Jackrabbit leading scorer Trayvon Bierlank was held to just 4 points of the game. Lynx jumped out to a 34-18 halftime lead, never looked back. Quincy will face Freeman and the consolation bracket Brewster in the 2B semifinals after a thrilling come-from-behind win over Tudor Lake yesterday. Bears hit a bucket with 5 seconds remaining to win 67-65. A.J. Woodward led the way with 22 points, while Brady Wolf had 19. Brewster faces Kalama tonight in the semifinals at the Spokane Arena. Bears looking for their 10th state title, dating back to their first in 1975, and their 2nd straight going back to the last time we had a state tournament in 2020. Liberty outscored Lake Roosevelt 22-8 in the 3rd quarter, went on for the win in its quarterfinal State 2B tournament game, 69-54. The Raiders were led by the 17 points from Alonzo Adams. Lake Roosevelt facing Colfax in the consolation bracket. Turning to the Les Schwab women's college basketball scoreboard from last night, Utah had a 15-0 run to end the 1st quarter, went on to a 70-59 win over Washington State at the Pac-12 women's basketball tournament down in Vegas.
And also, can Utah establish their inside game?
And a takeaway. That was Crystal Ledger-Walker. Not afraid to take it and hits it. First points of the game going to the Cougs. Yeah, that's a big missing piece of the puzzle for Washington State.
Great pass.
The inside move, and there's Johnson back-to-back. Out of Surrey, Canada, part of the Canadian under-19 national team. McQueen, great sign for Utah. Yep, and they'll need it. Tedder gets the steal. Cougs will push. Jones gets the 3-ball. That is for certain, and we certainly hope that Ulu Matuga will get healthy and be back. America Tete. They put it in.
Great effort by Washington State. Just keep battling.
Down by 24 points at one time, and they never gave up on it.
Washington State coach Cammie Etheridge says the first half was definitely the difference in the game.
That first half was just, tidal wave on us. They shot the ball so well from 3. They're really hard to guard, and they made us pay for every mistake that we made, and we made enough to get ourselves in a hole, obviously, giving up 45 points. It's hard to come back from that. I loved our fight in the second half. I thought we got started great, and again, a few mistakes, and then the ball not going in the basket in some of the stuff that we were trying to do, and just 40 minutes of really hard effort and good effort from our team. Just couldn't beat a really good Utah team tonight.
On the women's schedule today, Haley Van Lith, 4th-ranked Louisville Cardinals taking on Miami in the ACC tournament. Eastern Washington women play at Portland State tonight, coming up at 6 o'clock. Turning to the men's Les Schwab college basketball scoreboard from last night, Steele Ventners had 18 points, while Ethan Price scored 13, helped Eastern Washington over the top of Northern Arizona. Washington State needed a big second half to top Oregon State in Pullman, 71-67.
He's swarmed by that Cougar defense, and they pry it away from him.
One of the few bad decisions he's made this evening.
Roberts sees one go through after an 0 for 7 start. 5 of 12 from deep so far tonight. Back cut. Denied. Right idea from Jared Lucas, who's been run off the three-point line this evening.
No hesitation, no conscience offensively.
Gay hits the offensive glass. Bamba! Ho with nasty intentions! Put that one on a poster.
Offensively here with a short bench.
Flowers puts the Cougs back on the high side.
Defense, you'll see them point, communicate.
Lead claimed by Roberts. On one possession, the Cougs take it right back. Rand with a lot of work to do from the floor. Williams fired it off of Beaver. But Karam Sabamba on the move, takes the contact, and converts. T.J. Bamba.
Get a good look.
Lucas rising. Missed the three, got it back. Couldn't relaunch it. Over to Kalu, over two defenders. Silva fighting for the rebound. Muhammad Gay had it poked away. The clock expires and Washington State has swept Oregon State.
Coach Kyle Smith certainly happy with the play of T.J. Bamba off the bench for Washington State.
Really hard-fought win for us. I know that was our 9th game in 20 days, I think. Does that sound right, or 22 days? I think whatever it is. It's a blur, not a day off. But, you know, it was tough in the fact they didn't have Deshaun Davis and Alatish, and explained to our guys that I still think they're similar to what we played the other night. Because I know I saw Dexter Akano play in high school a lot and recruited him and knew he's a pretty good player. And then it just opened up some more room for Rand to play. But I knew their depth would obviously, they only play 6, but credit to them, they played their butt off and played really well, I thought. And we were able to prevail, made some big plays, and with T.J. Bamba really came off the bench and gave us a tremendous game.
Washington got 25 points apiece from Terrell Brown Jr. and Eddie Matthews Jr. in a 78-67 win over Oregon.
Just not shooting it at the clip that he's accustomed to. Brown trying to play with his food, splashes another jump. Kepnon can't handle it. Bajima comes up with it. And another stop for Washington. Brown up ahead. Roberts, the throw down. Shooting 78% here in this second half. Brown, the crossover, ghosts him, foul, and a chance for 3 for Brown. They have now tripled their win total from last season. They move up to 10-9 in conference play for the Ducks. They'll drop to 18-12, 11-8 in the conference.
Coming up tomorrow, Oregon plays at Washington State at 1 o'clock on CBS. Eastern Washington hosts Portland State at 2, while Washington hosts Oregon State at 4:30. Wenatchee Wild welcome the Cranbrook Bucks for 2 games this weekend at the Town Toyota Center. Tomorrow is the annual Pink at the Rink game to support cancer awareness. Both games will start at 6 o'clock and be heard locally on 560 KPQ with our buddy Arch Ecker, also on Hockey TV. Or better yet, get your tickets at WenatcheeWild.com and go to the game. Seattle Kraken try to make it 2 wins in a row tomorrow night in the nation's capital. Seattle plays the Washington Capitals at Capital One Arena at 4 o'clock. It'll be broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Have a safe and sane weekend. Grant, back to you.
Thanks a bunch, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope you get a chance to enjoy this beautiful sunshine. Go out and get some vitamin D. Next week, we have a jam-packed bunch of shows heading your way. Lisa Bradshaw will be dropping by to pay us a visit. Her Don't Wink Project Tour kicks off here in just a few days. Steve Sandman will be joining me from Cherry Creek Media as the KPQ Home Expo is back coming up next weekend. Let's see, Jessica Johnson from Sage will be joining us. We'll be talking wild hockey with our good friends Arch Ecker and company. We're going to have a great series of shows next week, provided I show up and do a decent job, and who's kidding who. We'll find out if that pans out. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.